happening?
Oh. What's up, everyone? It's the BumCast. I'm your host, HBAC, the head bum in charge, along with Baloney, Dougie Fresh, and Joey P. And I'm calling this Victory Monday, gents. Happy Victory Monday.
You know what? We're simpaticos like that, Jason, because I thought about running a victory coffee on Monday for the White Sox instead of the Bears. Unfortunately, I was very busy at work and didn't have time to go get coffee in the morning. But it feels like a victory Monday, right?
It feels like a Victory Monday for sure. Had a great weekend in ballpark. Obviously, Whiskey at Comiskey tailgate. Sox taking 2 out of 3 against those scumbag Cubbies. We'll get to that later, but
Scumbies.
But yeah, it was obviously. I think all Sox fans are on a high this week, and even though our bodies might be a little beaten up, though, guys.
Yeah,
just a little bit. I'm keeping electrolyte in business this weekend.
Okay, I'm glad you got that going, Joey P, because the electrolytes do help. And I got a hack for you guys, and it's not no bullshit Dougie aspirin and coffee hack. This was something from my brother-in-law, Billy. He went on Sunday morning. He went to go pick up my daughter, Scarlett, because they go hiking. You know, we live by the woods. We got a bunch of trails.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have a hike club. So like they like scouting trails, and Scarlett goes with them, and it's a good time. And they're sponsored by like this hydrogel that like the marathon users use.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, the Ass Glide?
Yeah. Not the Ass Glide, you jerk. It's like hydration gels.
Yeah.
And
it's
so
like a squeezable.
So he comes home with like a box, and he's like, "Hey, we got extras from like our hikes and stuff. You want them?" I'm like, "Do they work for hangovers?" He's like, "Oh yeah." I was like Homer is just squeezing. Fantastic. Would recommend.
Okay.
Gotta try them.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. We had a good time at this weekend. Dougie, how you doing, man? Because you had an extended weekend.
Yeah. A little extended weekend. The candle is burnt on both ends, that's for sure. But I your boy fucked up big time before the show. Yeah. So after dinner every night, I go and I'm on supplements for the hair, right? I accidentally popped a melatonin.
Oh no.
So right now, it's going to be an interesting show for me.
We got a lot to talk about, dude. We're going 2 hours.
Dude. Brother, yeah. I'm like, I don't know how this is going to go. Because
you slap yourself, wake yourself up, just give yourself a good
shock therapy.
So I have this little pin, and I just kind of keep poking myself.
Have you tried just like grabbing
put on your
an
nuts.
espresso or something? Like, can you do a coffee right now?
I don't want to I don't want to do that though. Like I don't want to be up all night, like I need the rest. So
Johnny, if you're watching, fire up the laptop.
I mean, we're just gonna see how it goes, because I use some pretty high strength melatonin.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
I can't wait till Dougie just starts doing the.
I use 60 milligrams. So, yeah,
Like a lullaby.
right.
Can we find a lullaby for you?
Maybe, man. It might,
You know what?
might-
I'm worried about you. If you need to duck out, you could duck out
No,
because
I mean-
melatonin fucks me up. Like
Okay.
I use it on a very rare occasion,
Mhm.
because I'm useless the next day. It really
Really?
you just can't wake me up.
Okay.
So I pick and choose when I take them.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine taking one before a podcast. So.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I use them almost every night. So, but yeah, we'll see.
We're
see
gonna
how it
see.
goes.
We're gonna come back from an ad, and Dougie's gonna have his CPAP machine on.
You know, Dougie, when you said we were talking pre-show, and you're like, "Oh, I fucked up. I thought you did. I thought you did something with the pier. You sank the pier or something."
No, no. The pier did go a lot slower than normal. I put it in the tweet. I gotta stop scheduling that shit after Whiskey at Comiskey's because that's the second time I've done that. And it's just trying to get between me and my cousin's schedule, and everything like that. You gotta pick your days, and we had a day earlier planned at the end of April, but it so happens that it was like 28 degrees up there, and I was like, I'm not putting in, I'm not putting.
You can't do that in the
no.
You can't do that in bear weather.
Yeah, dude, like that ain't happening, man. So
that's extreme turtling right there.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Small enough as it is. Allegedly.
Yeah, big nuts though.
big old hang lows. Good job, Dougie.
Yeah.
All right, Dougie. Well, keep drinking the caffeine. We'll see what happens. Joey, how you doing, man?
Hermanos, yeah, man. What a weekend, to say the least. I mean, I got a question for you guys though. What's the craziest thing? I know, Dougie, you've got one awesome experience involving a pizza oven, but the question for you two up here, what's the craziest thing you've bought while drunk?
Oh, you did do pizza. Yeah, so Dougie's was the pizza oven. He shared that story before. I don't know if I do drunk shopping. I do drunk eating. That's it's probably like hundreds of dollars worth of White Castle or something like that. I don't know if I'm like maybe like Jordans or something, like late night, come home, work sucks. I know. No, late night, come home, buy some Jordans or something like that. Probably.
Jay, what about you, brother?
I plead the fifth.
Oh, you know what I is this something that hasn't happened, or does Sarah not know about this?
No, I don't think it's not like anything like super bad. But I think obviously there might have been
paying for porn late night. He's paying for porn late night.
Right. There might have been some bad strip club decisions made.
Well, that's different. That's different.
Yeah.
No, well, Peter, you can co-sign Saturday at the after party down here. I made the goofiest of Uber Eats taco purchases, and I apologize publicly to those that had to endure a long wait.
Don't apologize. It was fantastic for me. But explain the story for the people listening.
Well, yeah, I mean, we had a couple of Two Tree bottle pours, and we're having a great time down here. And y'all want tacos from around the corner? Oh, yeah, of course. Let's go Taquito Chicago. Let's get them spicy shrimp and them steak tacos.
We could walk there. We all could have just walked there and got tacos. But Joey's like, we're having a good time. We got the music playing. Jose was in town, so we were like, let's hang out and keep the party going. And then continue. What did you order, by the way? It was obnoxious.
We ended up ordering 12 taco dinners.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I think I might have overlooked hitting 12 on tacos. It was meant to be tacos only.
It was supposed to be 12 tacos.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be the order. And when we ended up calling, like, hey, where's this order? It's been like 2 hours. Like, I'm sorry, are you guys the huge order? We're like, I guess. And they're like, it'll be there within a half hour. And it was. They were really nice about it, Joey, but we still didn't understand what they were talking about. And then when you and Sandy open the door and come down with bags full of stuff, I'm like, oh no.
It might have been one of those things on the Uber Eats app where I was checking out and they wanted to like upgrade you or like upcharge you and say, hey, do you want to add this and upgrade it to a dinner instead? And I think that's probably what happened. And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? But yeah. Shit, embarrassing. Man. They were good though.
Where was my invite, Joe?
Where's your invite? Weren't you in bed?
No, I didn't know about this. Bum of the week, Joe.
This was impromptu. This was after the post game on Lot B, and then everybody's like, well, "Where's Jose going? He's coming back with me. All right, well, let's go." And it was one of those.
I did the proactive. What are you guys doing?
Yeah,
me and Julie enjoyed that ass whooping of a White Sox game at the Countryside Hooters. We had the babysitter for a specific amount of time, but since we didn't go to the game, we're like, all right, let's get out of here. We'll figure something out. And obviously, Julie turns to me and she's like, "Hey, want to do the Countryside Hooters?" I'm like, "Say less." So we went there.
It's a good time.
And then we went home, and by that time Julie's tired. The kids are already in bed, and I'm like, you know what? Let me fire up and see where these two bozos are at. And they're like, just come through. And I'm like, all right. I Ubered to Joey's house responsibly, of course. Shout out my Uber driver.
I give you credit, Baloney, man. I was a sack of crap after that Battleship game. Like I was not the same.
For people that don't know what we're talking about, the Ronnie Deutsch of Barstool Sports, the infamous fast chugger of Barstool Sports, came down, and Dougie, you did a good job of inviting him and letting him know the info, and you and Shane Spagnola carried that table in his big ass truck, and it was a lot of fun. And we kept saying, he's like, if I bring it, we got to play. So we're like, yeah, we'll play. And honestly, with all the things going on at Whiskey at Comiskey and hosting duties, I was like, yeah, it'll be good for content. And then as soon as we started playing, I thought, this was the worst idea I could have done. It was so many more beers than I anticipated.
Yeah,
but it was fun. It was worth it.
Yeah, no, it was fun. The thing that I'm regretting or whatever is I'm getting a shitload of people that saw the beer chug, like at his beer table that he was doing against me.
Hold on. We got.
Yeah, it's cheers and cheers, Jack. Cheers down good. Cheers down good.
Oh
shit! So I've been getting heat all weekend about this. Everybody's like, dude, like he destroyed you. It wasn't even close and everything. Like, and yes, he did. He destroyed me. I knew going into it I was getting destroyed. But I would have loved to have done that before Battleship. We did it after Battleship.
I mean, he played Battleship with us.
He did, but he didn't. He also didn't lose. So me and you
had the extras.
So we had the extras, and but still, I mean, yeah, he's just on another level, And
Johnny did the chug video. I did the chug video, and I knew it was gonna be bad for me. I thought about just for the camera spilling my beer on purpose, just stone colding it.
Right.
And I always bring an extra t-shirt when we go to Whiskey at Comiskey, but since I wasn't going to the game, I didn't bring it. So I'm like, if I had an extra shirt, I would have been pouring it. And then I forgot you gave me the Mooney shirt, Jason. So that I was like, I could have done it. That guy's insane. That guy is awesome. Yeah. A lot of fun. I said it. You showed me the video, Jason, even before it got posted, or somebody showed me the video. And I said, you were a champion, Dougie. You did the Yug Chug. You're our chug champion.
Yeah.
This was like when Canelo fought Mayweather. He was out, as much as we love Canelo, and he was 23 years old and young. He was outmatched. He was out-seasoned. It was never gonna be never a doubt.
Yeah, it was never a doubt. Yeah. And I think the thing that hurt me the most was, you could hear it in the video too. Everybody thought I had a fucking chance. Like everybody was chanting my name and shit. And I'm like, fuck. I'm about to disappoint an entire crowd.
Yeah. But yeah, we had a good time at Whiskey at Comiskey. He's in the chat right now, so I want to give an early, so I went to the end of the show, but I want to give an early MVP to Chirizi. He came through, walked over early to bring us garbage bags because we forgot to pack them up. We realized we were all out, and he just gave us the whole roll. So early MVP, he saved us from not having. I don't know what we would have done without any garbage bags for that tailgate, man.
we got to Amazon him some hefties because they.
I took care of them. So
okay.
But yeah, and then Dougie, I want to show this too because if you want to see pictures from Whiskey at Comiskey, go to Joey P's Twitter. He's got a whole bunch, and Sandy did the recap video on our Instagram. But one thing I want to bring up for the group here is Dougie, you did JP Graziano's Malort infused Malort.
Yeah.
Jarinair infused Malort.
Guys, and I'm not just saying this, like everybody says like, oh, like I like Malort, everything like that. Like there's people that like Malort, there's people that tolerate Malort, there's people that can't stand Malort. This might have been my favorite infusion I've tried, hands down. And I'm not just saying that because I made it. What were your guys' thoughts?
I really liked it, but you could tell the ones that were like Malort and the ones that were just like oil.
Yeah, I was trying to shake it up, but it was like Italian dressing, and
yeah. I said damn, not because I didn't like it, but this always happens every tailgate with all the hustle and bustle and like somebody like, hey, did you see this guy, or did you know somebody else came through, and like, oh, I just missed it.
Right.
I didn't even see these bottles out. I didn't try it. I didn't have it. I got FOMO.
We forgot about it. I remembered it almost like towards the end of the tailgate. I was like, Dougie, wait, didn't you have the infusion? He's like, fuck, I forgot to grab it from my car. Yeah. So we rushed, and by that time everyone was already, half in the bag. So
yeah.
But yeah, that was a good party jumper Kickstarter.
Our guy Arjun seemed to enjoy it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Joey P enjoyed it too. It was fantastic.
Yeah, no, it was really good. It was so good. I'm running it back. I'm doing another one.
Yeah.
I'm doing another one. I might bring this shit to parties. I'll be honest with you. It's that good.
It was, and you get some of the chunky pieces too.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's what it really did. Was it really cut down that after bite of Malort. You get that
that extra bitterness.
That little bitter bite. Like it just completely eliminated it, and you got like a nice little Jardineer kiss.
Damn, I gotta try that now. Yeah. Ron Winarski is in the comments. Is Malort good on wings? I think it can be good on wings with the right seasoning and the right Dougie.
Yeah,
maybe a little Malort infused wings.
Yeah, I don't see why it isn't doable.
Yeah.
We'll get it done. We can get that done.
But this is a good thing. Malort infused Malort.
It's not just like their barrel proof whiskey. That's
the barrel aged.
The barrel aged stuff that punches you in the face.
Oh yeah,
which I like, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we want to thank everyone who came out to Whiskey at Comiskey. We'll be back June 13th for Sox Dodgers, and have to maybe do a little Japanese whiskey, Otani versus Murakami, maybe some Hibiki, some Centauri stuff. So we're gonna plan that out. But we had a really good crowd. I think we probably had a really good area too where we were at. So compared to opening day where everyone was segregated, but it was a great time. Shout out to Ronnie Deutsch for showing up, bringing the battle beers and all that. That was awesome. And I didn't go to the game. I just dipped out afterwards, and I was fine with it.
It was like, I wouldn't say to do that for all of, obviously we're going to most of the games at our own tailgates, but I've gone to enough White Sox Cubs games, and this weekend did feel different. Like just watching it on TV, like I said, I watched the Saturday's game at Hooters, and like that crowd was 50-50. We were at the bar, people were like talking to each other. People don't know each other, but like giving each other a little bit of shit. It's fun. Yeah. And then Sunday's game, I was watching at home. My ass was parked on the couch, and I It felt like a playoff game. Like I was jumping up,
Yeah.
screaming. Like Julie's like, "Holy cow!" And I'm like, "Yeah, this is fun." So it felt good to be back. It just feels like, we keep saying it, and I sound like a broken record at this point, but like one of the end goals to this is to do a playoff game tailgate. This felt like that. Like even with the Cubs fans, even with those jerks from the north side, it felt like a playoff vibe tailgate. It was fun. So thank you to everybody I just set up. Thank you. We got to thank the Love Fam and
I was gonna say, thanks those guys. We'll give them MVBs, at the end there.
Yeah.
But let's get into. It's been a couple weeks, but I feel like we need to get back into some Bears talk because the schedule got released this week on Thursday. And oh man, it's a doozy this year. So I was gonna read it down real quick. We got start the season in Carolina at home again, 3 games in a row at home. Vikings, Eagles, Jets. Then we go on the road. Packers early this year, not late in this. A lot of people thought that they might put the Packers up early. Then on the road for the Falcons, back home against the Patriots, on the road against Seattle, home against Tampa Bay, week 10 bye, home against the Saints. Then we got Thanksgiving with the Lions. Then we got the Jaguars, Dolphins, Bills, Green Bay, Lions, Vikings. Christmas Day against Green Bay. So Bears got 7. I'm saying it's 7 primetime games.
It's basically,
It's basically 7 primetime games. Week 3, Monday Night Football. Week 7, Thursday Night Football. Following week, Monday night. It's like 3 primetime games in a row against the Patriots, Seahawks, and Bucks. So you got Thursday night, Monday night, Sunday night, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then the week before that, you get the Saturday game against the Bills, which is pretty much the only one on at the time. So that's basically a primetime game, if you ask me.
Yeah, I consider standalone games, primetime games, if you will. It might not be at 7:00 primetime scheduling, but the standalone games are primetime games.
Yeah. When the Bears are on, it's always primetime, baby. Doesn't matter what time it is.
Yeah, and now our team is becoming must-see TV, and the league knows it.
Yep.
So what were your initial thoughts?
I think this is like we knew they were going to have a hard schedule, and we're going to talk about that in a few minutes here. But I think after you saw Ben Johnson, in the offense, they took that step, catch away from, going to the NFC Championship. Like you knew they were going to get a lot of primetime games. And this is basically the league being on notice now. Yeah, the Bears are must-see TV. They're fun to watch. Caleb's gonna take the next step. This offense is gonna take the next step. And I mean, I think for me personally, like Bears on Christmas is good and bad because I already told my wife, I'm like, yeah, I'm not cooking Christmas Day. I'm going to cater. I'm catering, or people are getting leftovers or something, because that's a 1:00 game. I'm not going to be in the middle of cooking dinner when it's a Bears Packers game. So never come over my house on Christmas. I'm sorry you're getting leftovers or some whatever's open on Christmas Day.
Yeah. Still bring the gifts though.
Yeah.
I did see somebody posted somewhere along the lines of a family letter apologizing to your family. You fill in your name. You saw that?
Okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna say it's kind of like that. That like when the Blackhawks were in the playoffs, it was the work letter to your boss the next day. Is that what it's kind of like?
Okay. It was like one of those. Yeah, fill in your family name and apologize, and it was hilarious. Sorry, you won't see me at the holidays this year.
Yeah, I mean, for us, Joey P, I mean, the Mexicanos, we celebrate Christmas Eve, so we're gonna be eating tamales. We're gonna be celebrating the day before. And then I'm going to clear my schedule for Chris. We could open gifts with the kids, and then it's football, baby. The 2 initial takeaways, because I don't know about you guys, and I don't know, you might have been able to tell in the group chat. I was sick of the fucking leaks and the rumors ahead of time, like crazy. But the 2 things that kept being rumored was the opening day against Seattle, opening Wednesday against Seattle. That was all over the place. And then a bunch of other people were saying that the Spain game lined up with the Bears. The fact that they didn't get either of those 2 things is a win in my book. I'm glad that they're not opening up the season in Seattle. I'm glad they don't have to go to Spain. And we're going to talk about miles traveled later on. But all in all, even with the primetime games, even with the hard schedule, I think this is a really favorable schedule for the Bears, especially with that Week 10 bye. I know, Jason, you and I both like those buys like right in the middle of the season.
Yep.
I don't like. I think an inexperienced team like Ben Johnson's first year at the Bears, I think they benefit from an early buy. You could fix things that are bad, but now with another year, a little bit more seasoning on this team, I think that Week 10 buy is perfect.
That's
but yeah, I'm excited about this. I don't know, and maybe I'm just like out of pocket right now and feeling a little bit too cocky. I know a lot of people were talking about, you just can't trust Ben Johnson, willy-nilly. But this, and we just talked about Cubs Sox, and we're going to be talking Bears and Sox all podcasts. The Sox have now shown that they could beat good teams, right? They did it with the Cubs. They did it with the Padres. They've done it with a good amount of series now. And last year, the Bears played enough good games to make me think I'm not afraid of anybody. Everybody keeps saying about how hard the schedule is, and I'm like, who cares? They could lose to anybody like anybody else in the NFL, but they could beat anybody. So I'm not sweating the strength of schedule, especially because we know that doesn't matter in April and May and June. Like, the strength of schedule means nothing by the time you get to September and October.
Right.
Yeah. One of the things I like about this too is getting the Packers early. Micah might not be back or 100% at that point.
That's a great point. Yeah.
Right.
So we're not getting full strength Micah Parsons, if at all.
Yeah.
So I like that aspect. Let's beat the Cheeseheads in Lambeau. I think, maybe and you're right, Peter. I see this schedule and I'm like, win. Okay. Week 7 and 8, I think could go probably either way. We'll see how distracted the Patriots are with the whole, scandals and shit. But there's maybe, in my opinion, 4-5 losses on this schedule and even those could go either way. I think like the Bills is going to be tough to play in Buffalo. Seahawks are going to be
Highmark,
tough. Yeah. At Seahawks, obviously the Packers and Lambeau are always, a test. And then for some reason, the Lions at home still have Ben Johnson's, cards. So I think we can, we'll see about how that happens on Thanksgiving, because they're always tough on Thanksgiving. But other than that, though, there's nothing on this schedule that makes me feel like the Bears can't win 13, 14 games.
Yeah. The one thing that I liked about it that I took away from everything was kind of like you have some of these tougher matchups, like kind of like a week 3, and then you get a lob the next week, with week 4 with the Jets, and then obviously you're going to build up and you want to be doing something good against the Packers. You're going to expend a lot of energy with that. And then after that, you get Atlanta, another little softball, thrown your way. And then especially coming off the bye, obviously you want to win that first game coming off the bye, playing the Saints. You got to love that. So those were my kind of like takeaways, was kind of getting a couple lob balls easy or early.
Yeah, I will say, like I just mentioned, like I'm not worried about anything. I do think, just like we talked about last year, you got to stack some wins early. Because the end of the year, that December-January schedule is brutal, with the Jaguars being sneaky, really good, both on offense and
their defense. Their defense was really good.
So that's what I think. Like they were overall a really good team. Obviously the Dolphins are the Dolphins. I'm not worried about that. But then Bills, Packers, Lions, and Vikings. That's like you gotta stack some early wins just so you don't have to be like, this, Lions or Vikings games are must win, which they probably will be, because, they're going to be battling for the division. As much as we talked about the NFC North last year and how, it was, I thought, the toughest division in football, I don't think it's going to get much easier. I do think, and we talked about it before, I think every other team besides the Bears kind of took a step back a little bit. But that doesn't mean anything. Like, I still think this is going to be a really hard division. So yeah, those last 3 games they're definitely going to mean something. Fucking NFL, they know what they're doing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if like you want to say like the middle of that schedule where they get 3 primetime games in a row is going to be, a positive or negative, for the Bears, because do you recall how many games did we have on primetime last year? It was only like 4 or 5, right?
No, yeah, I think it was
Or
like
maybe-
I think it was closer to 5 or 6. I know, like, it's the same thing. It's like, are we counting, like a standalone game, a primetime game, or something like that?
Yeah.
Because they had like the day after Thanksgiving. It was like the
Right.
Black Friday game,
yeah.
like that.
Mhm.
So like,
yeah.
that was technically like primetime, but it was.
I'm just curious to see if we're gonna get like the primetime Bears. Like back in the day, Bears on primetime was always an ass whooping, right? Jay Cutler would throw 4 interceptions, and we get blown out by the Packers. So I'm hoping that like it's time to like show out now on primetime, right? Let's keep all the Caleb Williams haters suppressed, because they always want to talk shit about him and say he's not a real quarterback when he just had like his first season in Ben Johnson's offense was a complete success by like standard benchmarks.
The one little thing that I am not looking forward to, and I already know it's going to happen, we're going to get Thursday Night Football against the Patriots in those fucking orange jerseys we never win in.
Oh,
they're teasing. I think they're teasing the polar bear uniforms.
Yeah,
I don't know if they,
dude, if they do,
you notice they changed the logos on all of their social media to the white and the navy, with a little bit of orange, and I'm like, they are getting a new uniform this year, so the orange I think is out.
I hope so, because that thing's dog shit.
I never liked the orange, and I didn't really mind the all navy with the block lettering in orange. I kind of like those, but they never played well in any alternate uniforms. And I know that's the whole thing. Virginia McCaskey just didn't like alternate uniforms.
Right.
So anything that they can do to piss her off, even from beyond, I'm okay with. So give me the polar bear uniforms. Yeah. Let's get to the super chat, Jay.
Oh, yep. Quick one from Spags. He says, "Salute, hermanos." Cheers, Spag. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. So we were talking about the strength of schedule too. So the Bears right now, compared to last season, have the hardest strength of schedule in the NFL at their opponent's winning percentage from last year at .550. Now, we all know that in the NFL, there's always those teams that go worst to first, first to worst. There's always that parity. So, this .550, you go back to the schedule, a couple of those teams may be a quarterback injury away from being a sub 500 team, right? So you never know how the season plays out with injuries and all that, or who just decides to catch fire all of a sudden. Does Tua in Atlanta all of a sudden become like a barn burner? Probably not, but
not one more.
I'm just throw the hypotheticals out there, right? So but yeah, Bears toughest schedule, but still I'm not scared.
I don't really get into the whole strength of schedule thing. I mean, I know it's a thing, but it always just never seems to really pan out, and I don't know. It's for me. I mean, if you're really like pulling teeth and looking at it, looking at percentages, everything's within X amount of points. So what does it really matter?
So here is where I would like, I'm not really a strength of schedule guy, but now I'm going to bring up this graphic, Jay. And I do think this matters a little bit more than strength of schedule, because the miles traveled, because we talked about them not going to Spain, I feel like is a huge benefit to the Bears. Like, they're not going far at all. They're going to be sleeping in their own beds most nights. It's not going to be, long travel for them. And when you have a week 10 bye, that comes in handy, right? Like if you're, you don't have like an early bye where you get an early bit of rest, then it's good that you're not traveling these distances. So as much as like the strength of schedule is tough, this shows you maybe it won't be as bad because they're not going far.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I think a lot of that too is with the schedule, putting this up here. A lot of those games you travel are short distance games. There's not really that cross country, right? So when you travel to Minnesota, Detroit, Green Bay, those are very short games. Buffalo's a short, isn't that far for mileage as well. So I mean, the farthest game you got is going to Seattle,
Mhm.
right? So I think that's definitely and a lot of those games too for teams that have to do travel kind of far are home games for us. So I think this is a great, when the farthest game we go to is Miami, that's a win for us.
Yeah. Especially like going back to the Seattle game, even if you're flying out to Seattle, you got the extra day of rest because you're playing on Monday night. So like that's a little bit of a bonus there. So I feel like it's working out. Like it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation with the strength of schedule. But I'd rather much them not travel all that much and getting the week 10 bye. I feel like helps a lot too.
Yeah, might have to start fading the unders on San Francisco and Rams games this year.
Right?
I mean, and a lot of that obviously stands out because of the international travel. So like you get you get the week of rest after you travel internationally. So I don't know how much that really does affect it, but like I mean, obviously, like someone like Jacksonville, where like they're playing 2 games in London, they're not traveling for one of them. They're playing back-to-back weeks in London. Like. So this, I know they've done that a couple of times, but I'm like, that's actually probably a smart decision on them. I'm gonna say right now, our good friend, our close personal friend Tony Khan and his dad Shad, just move Jacksonville to London already. Just what are you waiting for? Just do it.
Yeah.
The Rams Niners game, that's an Australia one. That's why it's bumped up.
Yeah,
that's
the Australia game. So it's a whole lot of miles.
God damn, if the Bears ever get stuck in that, I might just be pissed off because that's a jet lag like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah, it is.
Hell yeah. I have a feeling that when the players' contract like expires, I think a lot of these guys are gonna the Players Association is gonna push back on these international games because some of that travel is just insane for them to go to. I know Goodell wants an international game every week, and you guys know my feelings on that, but doing an 18-hour 20-hour flight to Australia for a game and then coming back, like, holy shit. Like, I'd be pissed off about that.
I think they just signed a new contract, didn't they? Like last week? Like to extend like
no, that was the refs.
Oh, was it the refs? Okay.
The refs. Yeah. Thank God too, because we don't want none of those the replacement refs for football were goddamn atrocious whenever that
they did fuck the Packers in that one game though. So.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I mean, obviously, the international travel is not going to stop. I feel like they're just panning for more international games and more games in general. So, we're already complaining about the 17-week schedule or 17-game schedule. It's going to be 18 before you know it.
Yeah.
No. So you guys tasked me in the group chat because we were talking about the mileage and everything like that. You guys wanted me to throw out all my mileage for my vacations for the year.
So I said, I was like, when we saw this graphic and we were in the group chat, I'm like, God damn it, I think Dougie might have more miles traveled than the Bears.
Yeah.
So what's your tally? Did you include like port to port and stuff? Because that's in my head, you're traveling, from Jamaica to Bahamas to
so I didn't do port to port, but what I did was I went to farthest port. So I did furthest port and then back. So, because a lot of those miles end up being like, I mean, they're still back traveled and it's still traveling, but I wanted to go there. And then Jason also brought up the fact that I shouldn't include Turkey. So I have 2 different sets of numbers for you guys. I have with Turkey and I have without Turkey. So
for reference, the only reason why I said don't include Turkey was because the Bears were not going international. And I felt like that was artificially, it wasn't true apples to apples. If the Bears were playing Spain, then I would say go ahead and include Turkey.
Yeah.
But my argument would be like in this graphic, everyone else is going to international games. So it should like the only reason I didn't count Turkey in my head was because it was last season. It was technically 2025. But these guys do the, it's going to be the 2026-2027 season, right? So like there's you have an argument that you should include Turkey.
Yeah. So not including Turkey this year, I will be doing 14,958 miles.
That puts you ahead of Minnesota.
That's right. You know what? I'm gonna have to, chat GTP this graphic with Dougie right above Minnesota.
That puts you in 22nd place there, Dougie.
All right.
Impressive.
And if I included turkey, 25,938 miles.
Oh, that puts you number 7.
That is
So
hell yeah.
yeah. And like I said, I kind of like, I don't want to say I was lazy with it, but like, yeah, I could have, like you said, Peter, gone like port to port to port and then
Yeah.
figure, but like I went really simple with it.
Yeah, we're
really
including
kind of
nautical miles now.
So
It's travel.
NFL teams don't travel by boat.
Oh,
That's awesome, Dougie.
That is good. In my head, I thought maybe like you're gonna be right there with the Bears. You smoked them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also helps too, or whatever. I mean, we'll talk about that later, whatever. I'm actually going to some of the like territories that they're going to. So
Nice. Okay, we got one more piece of Bears talk for you guys before we talk some Sox. And that's one thing I wanted to bring up is, the NFL draft was a couple weeks ago, and Ryan Poles has made a lot of picks, obviously, in the first and second round, thanks to, the Carolina trade and, them moving DJ. So he stockpiled a lot of picks, right, in the first, second round. So obviously in modern day NFL, you cannot keep all these guys. So I thought it would be a good exercise because Caleb Williams' contract he's going to be on year 3.
mhm.
They got basically a 3-year window now, and there's going to be some decisions be made when he gets that big payday because he's going to get paid. We all know that. So I want to talk with you guys and see who do you think from our list here is going to be getting second contracts with the Bears. Now we already have in here. This is broken down first, second. I only include the first 3 rounds. Obviously, lesser. Like Benungai, maybe I don't. Who, we'll see about that. But I wanted to get your take on this one, so we can start. With first round picks. We at this point we're thinking Caleb Williams obviously gets a second deal. Darnell Wright is most likely going to get paid after this season. I think that's a no brainer.
He earned getting paid. I don't know if it's going to be with the Bears or someone else, but he earned the right to get paid pretty handsomely.
Yeah, this is better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that looks better.
Yeah. And then as of right now, it looks like Loveland's going to be getting paid. Now, obviously, we can't include Thieneman, all the 26 picks. They're way too early to say. Brisker, second round, Brisker's already gone. But I'm in the first round right now. I don't know for sure if Roma Dunze gets a second contract at this point.
That was going to be when you said you wanted to do this exercise, that was the first name that in my head came up and thought, oh, he's a big name, 10th overall pick, people like him. I don't think he's earned it yet. Obviously, it's still early, but the way Ben Johnson and Ryan Poles have been drafting wide receivers,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost in the same vein of like a running back where it's like it's just rinse and repeat. So yeah, I don't think unless he comes out this year and really shows out now that DJ Moore's not here, I don't know if he gets the second contract too. That was one that I had a question mark on, Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. This is going to be a make or break year for you. For him, what he needs to do though, for sure, 100% is take his dad's phone away. Take his dad's phone away.
His papa ain't helping the cause.
Yeah, shit like that. Like like it's distractions. Team, I mean, is as stupid as it sounds or whatever. I mean, obviously you produce or whatever, but yeah, if teams see that and maybe they're on the fence about some shit, like, yeah, they'll be like, hey, we don't want that extra headache,
Yeah, I got to agree with you guys because you're looking at that first round list. And I mean, he's the only one that hasn't been consistent with his production, especially this completely falling off, the whole second half of last year.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing that he can hope for, is that he's got that level of rapport to be able to perform a full 18-game season with Caleb. So let's see.
And I'll be honest with you guys. I think the general public, and I'm including myself in this, we still got a really bad taste in our mouth after that drop in the Rams game. Obviously, it's fresh,
Mhm.
right? It's the last game of the season. They
Yep.
lost in the playoffs, and that was a big part of it. Although, there's a lot of reasons why they lost that game, but that drop really stands
Hurts.
out because that changes the complexion of that game dramatically.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he did have the foot injury last year, and he said that did limit him because
Yeah.
he did start off the season pretty damn well, and it seemed like DJ Moore then took a step back. Obviously, Luther Burden, after he got acclimated with the offense, you saw him in the second half of the season get more targets, make more with his targets because he had that great, breakaway speed. He's a great route runner. He's great with the yak, 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 yak. So I think that like Luther Burden is is going to be a stud, right? But when you got Colston Loveland, who's basically at this trajectory right now, kind of looking like a Travis Kelce-esque weapon. And I'm not comparing the two, but just the way that they utilize him and they feed him targets and everything. You look at Kansas City, right? They had Tyreek Hill and they had Kelce. They had no one else basically, and they were winning Super Bowls, left and right with just basically those two guys. And then Tyreek leaves, and then they've been trying to fill out, wide receivers ever since. And Rashid Rice doesn't seem like he's going to be, long for the league at his rate. But yeah, I think this is make or break year for Odunze. I'm not saying he has to be like Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson putting up those kind of numbers, but do you want to see something like not last year, but like AJ Brown-esque from a couple years ago? What level do you need to see like Rome Odunze achieve to make you believe that I want him to be around for the long term?
I guess it depends on how this offense looks, right? Ben Johnson did the press conference talking about how they're not resting on their laurels. They're starting from scratch. They're building from the studs up again. It sounds like they're going to be doing a lot of 13 personnel. It really depends on what this offense looks like, but I do think there is a scenario where, and we've seen it, Ben Johnson's second year in Detroit, and we keep talking about that, when why am I blanking on the Detroit quarterback's name? The kid from the Rams. When Jared Goff took that next step, those wide receivers really became weapons.
Mhm.
There's a possibility there is a 1A and 1B with Burden and Odunze. So I'm not writing him off. It's just he hasn't shown enough. It's been hot and cold. It's been too up and down.
Yeah.
All right. So second round here. I think we can all probably agree Tyreek Stevenson this is his last year, with the Bears. The way they kind of relegated him last season, people were kind of like, why isn't he on the field? Why isn't he on the field? Especially even with as much injuries as the Bears had in the secondary, he still wasn't seeing the field.
Yeah.
I think obviously Luther Burden way too early to tell. Trajectory seems good right now. Trapio, Ozzie, that's going to be long term to see if he comes back from the injury. Same thing with Shamar Turner. So a lot of those second round guys are question marks. Obviously, Gordon got the second deal already. Brisker's gone. Javon Dexter, though, I don't know if this is his. He's got this is his last year as well. I don't know if he's really got to show now because he's got 13 and a half career sacks in 3 years. Do you really want to pay second contract money for a guy who's given you 5 sacks a year?
Yeah, and so especially in this second round list, it's something that stands out is the fact that these are Ryan Poles guys, but they're not Dennis Allen guys. And you've seen this, with Kevin Byard. He had a Pro Bowl level, leading the league in interceptions for a while type of season. And the Bears ended up still finding an upgrade for him. So none of these guys, I don't think either Ben Johnson or Dennis Allen are tied to these guys. Yes, Ryan Poles, because of his history, drafted these people, but they're all under a different regime. So I don't see where, the loyalty, unless they have a really standout season, I don't see many of these guys coming back.
Yeah, I agree. And, if you're here's the thing too, is like, yeah, if he's going to be a 5-sack guy, he's going to get paid like a 5-sack guy, and is he going to want to take that contract? Is it even worth re-signing a guy that's a 5-sack guy? Is he just going to be a depth piece at that point? Because a 5-sack guy isn't gonna cut it in the league, for what we're looking to try and do and improve.
And then on top of what you're saying, Dougie, there's only so much cap space remaining, right? So I mean, it's slim pickings. You're either gonna give Caleb his big payday, or you're gonna make that sacrifice 2, 3, 4 of these second rounders. So I'd rather pay the Iceman.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I think they drafted him thinking he was going to be a high motor guy, get you sacks. He's a good rotational piece. I mean, and he has forced fumbles. He has done the tackles for a loss. So he does do disrupting, but I don't know if that's necessarily going to be a need for the Bears of re-signing him if he doesn't want to take a fair market contract,
right?
Like you were saying, Dougie. Yeah. But I think that's just once again, like Ryan Poles struggled with drafting offensive linemen, and to the point where he had to go fill out with free agency.
Yeah, buy him.
But obviously Darnell Wright was awesome, and Ozzie was trending in the right direction until the bad knee injury.
Yeah,
but he's having that same issue now on the defensive line. Motivated Dio, Javon, which again, Javon's not a bad player, but he's not a guy when you draft in the second round that you're going to be like, oh, this is what I expected of my second round pick.
I will say, in Javon Dexter's defense, we don't know what they're asking of it, because a lot of the times defensive tackles are asked more to be run stoppers, plug in big guys in the middle. And your outside guys are the ones supposed to be getting sacks. So like the stats are kind of skewed when it comes to defensive tackles. Obviously there's in some systems they're disruptive. They're the ones, attacking from the front, but in other systems, they're more of the plugs guys. So it's always tough to judge sacks on defensive tackles instead of defensive ends. But I still do think, like you mentioned, Jay, I haven't seen enough to where like, oh yeah, they really have to re-sign him. Like it just seems like they keep trying to, like you mentioned with the motivated Dio and everything else, is like they're trying some way by hook or by crook to fix that interior, and they just haven't yet.
Yeah. And the problem with it is that when you miss on that, you waste 3-4 years, before, especially on a high-end draft pick like that, because obviously you don't want to cut bait with someone that high right away unless they're like really, really bad. So, we'll see if like Javon was 2023, Shamar Turner 25. Obviously, he missed half of last season with the injury. So does he come back and play up to a second-round draft pick level? And maybe Dio is motivated. I don't know, but I heard rumors today that or not rumors, but I saw an article that ESPN says the Bears might be a good fit for Von Miller. Like,
yeah, trading camp. Sorry, not SPF, but Spags is saying I wouldn't mind Von Miller on the cheap, help with the defense this year. I wouldn't mind an experienced, like on a tail end of his career. You don't have to break the bank for it, and I feel like Cam Jordan's right there. Like Cam Jordan has a history with Dennis Allen. He's had a history with him on the Saints. He still hasn't signed anywhere. I feel like that's where they're probably going to go. But there's a lot of those guys, before I feel like now Khalil Mack signed with someone, correct? But like it was always those names. It was Khalil Mack, Von Miller, Cam Jordan. There's like 5 of them out there right now. And I wouldn't mind Cam Jordan, at least for, a year.
Yeah. And then obviously these third round picks, I mean, obviously the 26th, I think Ryan Poles needs to take the third round off at this point. Start trading third rounds and move back to fourth rounds, because he does better in the ends than it does in the third round for some reason. But hopefully
Xavier Thomas, Sam Roush and Xavier Thomas are going to be the exception to that rule, because I like both of those picks. So
Yeah,
But yeah.
Bayless is already gone. Zach Pickens, I think he's gone. Yeah. And then Kareem Amadage, he's on his way out. I don't.
yeah, he's gonna be gone.
Yeah.
Yale.
I'll never forget that, Dougie. We looked at each other like, I mean, I'm trying to say we know more than Ryan Poles, but in that situation, I was like, what in the hell was that?
It's like, why don't you just draft a defensive end from Harvard then, too?
Dude,
while you're
oh
at it?
yeah, dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Kareem was a camp casualty. You know,
Yeah, it sounded when we had Rob Shores Jr. on, it sounded like like there's gonna be some moving parts, and if he doesn't show up, and shows a lot better than he has this first 2 years, I think Karan Amagaji is on the chopping block for sure.
Yep. All right, so that was our little exercise for the Bears free agent, but we got one last thing for the Bears talk, and that's a announcement, and here it is. Bums are taking over Magic City. We're doing the Bears Falcons game. Me and Dougie, we're going to be down there, and we already heard some friends are going to be joining us.
Yeah. We got a couple White Sox Twitter characters.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we now it was funny because like Dougie, I told you this when I was trying to get tickets.
Mhm.
I was refreshing the Ticketmaster feed, on Atlanta Falcons website, and it went live like at 6:31. I clicked get tickets, and for the first time ever in Ticketmaster, I was the first person in queue.
Really?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
It was unbelievable, dude. It was first person in queue, and I had my basically my Pickens. So the Bums were going to be section 342, row 1. So we got first row of upper deck, behind the Bears, and it's about like 30 yard line. But if you guys are watching, please, I encourage you, get tickets, come down to Atlanta, party with us. Oh, we got the birthday boy.
Hey.
I'm gonna say happy birthday before you go to bed. Everybody say happy birthday.
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
Landon.
Happy birthday, Mijo.
All right, I'll be right back. You guys keep.
Yeah. But yeah, like me and Doug are saying, like, let's get Bears fans to come down to Atlanta. Mercedes-Benz Stadium has the cheap concessions. They have $5 draft beers,
Yeah.
and then their premium beers are like, I think the highest is $11 for a premium beer.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
But we need Bears fans to take over Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and let's drink it dry like we did with Nashville 10 years ago, whatever. Let's show these people how Chicago Bears fans drink.
Yeah.
And let's make sure we drink them out of Modelo's and Coors and whatever else they got there. Kegs are tapped.
Everything. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And it's also too the beyond the beer or whatever, like, man, it's like I think like $2 or $3 hot dogs, and like everything's cheap, dude. So
Dougie's gonna be chucking like at that rate, 50 dogs. Dougie's gonna be chucking them down to the sideline.
He's gonna be slinging wieners in Hotlanta.
All right. Make sure you record them.
So yeah, get down there. Let us know if you're gonna come down to Atlanta. And we had a few people already message us. I think maybe our buddy Jose might be joining us in Atlanta too. So
yeah, he was talking about it. Like at Aloha, Mr. Han, Wally Money.
Yeah, Wally Money was talking to me about it.
Yeah. Got a crew. So
got a crew. All right. That's our Bears talk. We're gonna do a little White Sox talk right now. And as always, our White Sox talk is fueled by TasteRealChicago.com. Visit them at TasteRealChicago.com. Get yourself some beef kits, some Jardiniere muffaletta seasonings, merch. And we just ran a fire of a sale over the weekend for the Sox Cubs series. We want to thank JP Grazianos for extending that sweet offer of 20% off. And we have a raffle that we're going to do. We're going to do it at the end of Sox talk here. But we mentioned earlier in the beginning of the show, Whiskey at Comiskey, we were all there, Sox, Cubs, and a lot of Cubs fans were saying that was our World Series, and I said, no, that was your World Series. That was your World Series, friends. Because we're up there now, man. I sent the tweet out yesterday. Sox are second in the league in home runs. They just went on a barrage this weekend. Mune with his first 2 career home run game on Saturday. Cashed that bet. Saturday, at the fourth time, Mune, Colson, Vargas home run in the same game. Like you do that home run parlay, man. You're gonna be cashing it that one next time that hits, because it's gonna hit. 2, 3, 4 murderers row. I've been saying this all along. And Cubs fans went in, one of the hottest teams in baseball. They were puffing their chests against us lowly Sox. But I think people were sleeping on us. Like I said, we were winning series after series, beating good teams that we probably shouldn't have beaten. Taking against the Padres, against Seattle. Like now we can hang our hat on the Cubs, and it's all thanks to the best shortstop in baseball, Colson Montgomery. I shouldn't say baseball. Best shortstop in Chicago. Sorry.
Best shortstop in Chicago. He's been unreal. I had the tweet out there from the Bums account, and I want to get your guys' opinion on it, because we talked about it a little last week, but now I really do think there's a case to be made for any one of the 4. So I asked, quarter point of the season, the White Sox are over 500. Who is your MVP of the White Sox? And it was Colson, Vargas, Mune, and Davis Martin. And I really do think an argument can be made for either one of them, because Munetaka Murakami came in, nobody expected it, the vibes were just different, bringing in new eyeballs, mashing home runs like he's a softball player out in Gage Park. And it's like Vargas is as clutch and as steady as you can imagine. Like he's just been really good since the end of last year and just climbing. And then Colson is doing it on both sides of the ball because he's batting and defensively. And then there's Davis Martin, who's just out there shoving. And every week, everyone's like, oh, we'll see if he can do it against this team. Or we'll see if he can do it. He's just consistent as they come. I don't know where this team would be without Davis Martin, because everyone expected Shane Smith to be the number 1. And that motherfucker ain't even on the team right now. But quietly, Davis Martin, the longest tenured White Sox, is out there shoving. And I don't think you can give an MVP. I'm one of those people like, can you give the MVP to someone that only plays, every 5th game? So I do think it should go to one of the 3 batters. But man, we haven't. I don't think we haven't sung Davis Martin praises enough.
Yeah, I think for a lot of people, the obvious answer is going to be Munetake with 17 home runs. I gotta double check if he's still tied for second in majors. I don't know if anyone else hit.
He was as of this day.
Okay, but I think for me the obvious answer for a couple of reasons is Colson Montgomery. And then number 1, it's the power. Number 2, it's the defense. But there's also an overlooked factor into why I think Colson's the MVP right now of this team is Munetake and Vargas have good hitters. Antonacci's getting on, and then you got Munetake's got Vargas and Montgomery. Benattendi's behind Colson. And, he doesn't have any protection.
Yeah.
Right? So people aren't scared of Benintendi and Chase Mydroff and, some of the other guys that Venable's putting behind Montgomery. And he's still putting up massive numbers when he's got no one protecting him. So that's why I think for my pick is Montgomery at this point.
That's a great point. That is a great point. Yeah, he does not have any back protection on him. I agree 100%. I think Colson Montgomery is our MVP. I'm going to call him MVP. I don't give a shit.
We've been doing this so long. My brain is broken. I can't do MVPs anymore. We just always call them MVPs.
Yeah, but no, I gotta go with him for right now. It's just like you said, it's also not just the offensive part, but the defensively as well. You don't get that from Mooney too much because playing first base and everything like that. The defensive plays don't come like they do there. But yeah, I got to go Colson.
Yeah, it's definitely Colson for all the reasons that you all three have mentioned. But you know what? I think somebody else is getting the short end of the stick. A magic wand, if you ask me. I think there's some magic here happening in that clubhouse, and why maybe Mr. Vassell could be the one that is responsible for this team turning it around.
I was gonna Amazon a magic wand this weekend, and it wasn't gonna get here. It wasn't gonna get here by Monday, and I'm like, I don't want it no more. I need it for the BumCast. I don't want it for random use. Yeah, I agree with you guys. Although we should mention now that they are going, it's not early in the season anymore. We're thick in the middle of the season, and these guys are showing week in and week out that they could hang with anybody. And the game on Friday was a really good game up until that. What was it, 7th or 8th inning?
Yeah, 7th inning. The bullpen.
Yeah, but
imploded. Yeah.
They were hanging in there.
Mm-hmm.
This team, and we got the shirt, Jay. The Willie boys don't quit. They really don't, man. You have to watch these games because they don't they're. Again, maybe it sounds crude, but they're young, dumb, and full of cum. These guys just don't care. They're having fun. They're playing loose. It's no one expected them to be this good. And it's not just the 2, 3, and 4 guys that should get a lot of the credit. But I was on here saying Sam Antonacci can't be doing his bozo things, running the bases and getting and he's still doing it. But he's providing a really good leadoff spot. He's providing some timely defense. Not all there. He's still getting substituted out at the end of games, but he's doing enough to warrant him being good. Peters and Randall Grichuk, people are just showing up, and that's what you're expecting, right? It sometimes it's not always going to be 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. They're going to provide a lot of the weight and carry a lot of the load. But who would have thought Edgar Carroll was going to hit that ball out there? This is the kind of stuff that makes you go from a sparky team to just a good team. Is when your depth pieces start producing and start showing out. And that's where it's man, this podcast and all the other White Sox podcasts sounds completely different now than even a month ago, because we were still wait and see. And every litmus test, every benchmark, they're hitting. They're winning series. They're hanging in games. Their starting pitching and bullpen isn't there, but just good enough to where they're hanging in there
in the game. Yeah.
It's gonna be a fun summer, and obviously the vibes were high as fuck on Saturday at Whiskey at Comiskey. I'm excited. I'm excited to end this podcast. I'm gonna watch some West Coast baseball. It's just fun to watch games now.
Yeah,
that's something I was gonna compare this to, and we got Bears fever, right, boys? I mean, every time there was never a doubt, right, Dougie?
Right, never a doubt.
Okay, I mean, there's never a doubt about this Sox team. They will, if they're down early, I ain't worried until the 8th, 9th.
Yeah,
they're gonna come back. I got that same Bears vibes with the Sox team.
A year ago, 2 years ago, Sox get down 2 runs. You're like, fucking game's over.
Yeah,
right. Now they're just any one of them lining. Obviously you got the 3 boppers, who can ease one swing away from tying or taking the lead, right? But then you just get people who just fucking Tristan Peter, what the fuck? He just hits a 3-run bomb all of a sudden, right?
A Derek Hill the other night.
Yeah, Derek.
Not only
these guys are just showing up.
Right. He makes the defensive play right after winning us the game offensively. The bat.
Yeah. To Joey's point or whatever, I know last year, between me and Jason, dude, anytime the White Sox went up late, we just started mashing the money line on the other side, because it was they would blow games like that. Now they're flipping the script, and they're they battle back in games and keep their like you said, Peter, they're doing enough to keep themselves in games, and that's all you could ask. That's all you could ask for a team like this. We had no expectations going into this season, and if we can just stay in games and continually win series, win ball games, win tough ball games, you can't ask for anything more.
Yeah. And the thing that I said it with the Bears, and now I'll say it with the White Sox, nobody scares you. I mean, the AL is so bad, and I said it last week, and now I'm looking at the AL standings, and besides the Rays and Yankees, it's just a bunch of dog water. Obviously, you have to win games in your division, and we're going to have to figure that out sooner rather than later. They did a good job with the Royals, but now coming up, I'll bring up the schedule in a second. If you're able to win games within your division, something they couldn't do the last 3 seasons, this is where like you go from a okay team to a really good, or at least good team. And yeah, everyone else, the Athletic, the Rangers, the Mariners, everyone thought they were going to be awesome. They stink right now. And the more, the later into the season you go, you see all these different flaws from all these different teams. And the White Sox are flawed. Don't get me wrong. They're still a ways away.
Right.
But they're playing better than all of these other flawed teams. And that's what you can hope for. So I'm like, I'm gassed for this season.
Yeah. The Cubs Sox matchup seems to have regained its spark. Those were, I mean, besides Friday, I mean, at least for Sox fans, when they got their ass whooped later in the game, it was very close, competitive game back and going back and forth. And then like obviously Saturday was a whooping, 5 home runs. And I gotta actually look it up. When was the last time the Sox put up, nearly 10 runs and they were all home runs? They score all their runs off home runs, so 5 home runs, 8 runs, 5 home runs. That's awesome. And then obviously coming back, Tristan Peters hitting his first career home run gets that. Edgar Carroll finally stepping up. I think we do need to talk though, maybe a little bit about is Tony, he's getting demoted again. Is he going to be the closer? He blew the save obviously on Sunday, but when you have Brian Hudson and Grant Taylor, I know you paid him closer money, but at this point, I think he's not giving you closer stuff. So not stuff plus. I think Venable's going to have to make a decision pretty soon about who he wants to be his closer going forward, because Taylor and Hudson seem like your best 2 options to close games.
So there's the thing. I think that's just who Sir Anthony Dominguez is. He's going to be this guy that like rattles off 4 or 5 saves in a row and then gives you the bubble guts for a week or two. And that's been like his season so far. I haven't checked actually, Jason, if you can, where is he ranking? He's still like top 10 in saves in the AL, right?
Let me check it out real quick here. Yeah,
so he's still pretty good, like rank wise, but like the eye test is something different. And I don't know.
He's tied for 6th.
Okay, saves. So so he's tied for 6th in saves. So JT's in the chat. He said he converted 7 in a row before Sunday. Some more shaky than others. I think that's just who he is. I think we just have to live with that. And whether or not Venable does move him, like Hudson's been like a revelation this year, and he's kind of like, came out of nowhere, revitalized his career. It's been good. He was a little shaky this weekend. He did what he had to do, but like besides Grant Taylor and like obviously they're not using him as an opener anymore like that. I feel like that experience.
Yeah, I think that's done.
Yeah,
but if you want to try to convert him to a closer, I would be interested in that. It just seems like he gets hit around a good amount too. I mean, he's been awesome. He's been probably your best bullpen arm besides Hudson. I don't know. I think we've had this discussion before. I think you just gotta live with what you got for now until maybe you get some AAA help with McDougal and a couple other pieces.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, I don't know. I think we just got to live with the bubble guts. Because to be honest, if they go the way they're going, he rattled off a couple more saves. That's another all-star that the White Sox should be having. I mean, if he ends the July with 18 saves,
he
might be an all-star.
Right?
Oh, good point.
But yeah, the eye test isn't there.
Yeah.
No,
I think obviously the Cubs Sox rivalry is kind of like reheated. Really 3 good games. Sunday's game was just bananas. And then the whole incident with PC AAA with the fan. And I don't care what, like personally, I don't care what he said. Let him talk trash to people who are like, oh, fine him, suspend him. This is why people shit on baseball for their the same reason why we shit on, the NFL for ticky tack. You touched my helmet. 15-yard penalty. Can't celebrate end zone dance. Anymore, or touchdowns in the end zone anymore. So, I think it's just the fights were happening over the weekend. A lot of good amount of trash talking, but in the end, I'm happy that the Sox were able to come back and pull it out because makes the Cubs little brother for now.
Yeah, that feels good.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Guess what? All right, let us do the farm report for the last week. Start off with some bad news. Kyle Teal, our boy, he's sprained LCL. I don't even know what the fucking LCL is. But
lateral collateral ligament.
There you go.
No
I've had
knee
enough
guy
knee
below
problems.
me.
Yeah. When you got two bad knees, you kind of figure that all out.
Apparently he took a swing and his cleat locked and he tweaked.
Yeah.
Doesn't need surgery, but it's 3 to 6 weeks of rehab, rest and rehab. He was doing his rehab assignment in Charlotte, and he only played 4 games in Charlotte. He had 4 hits, a home run, 2 RBIs. So nice little 267 average in Charlotte, but he was starting to ramp up. Would have been, end of this week, beginning of next week. I would imagine if he didn't tweak his stuff out. Jackie Trio got some insider information here.
Yeah, what is it? Was he supposed to be joining the team tomorrow? Or is he's still joining the team tomorrow with a knee brace on and he's just here for the vibes?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
They're gonna have 2 magic wands in the dugout.
Yeah. So, kind of sucks for him. Hold on, now I gotta see.
Yeah, now we gotta figure that out. Yeah,
Now I gotta see this here.
You know what, Jay? Before you do your farm report, and we could talk about Kyle Teal if you want to look that up. I was gonna bring up the schedule for.
No, okay. So she did tweet 3 hours ago. I'm told Kyle Teal will join the team tomorrow here in Seattle. Is this second opinion
Vibes guy? He's just there for the vibes.
Is he, or maybe he went to go see Dr. Nick? Did he go see Dr. Nick for the LCL?
Herm Schneider, the magic spray.
The soccer spray.
The soccer spray. Yeah, because we saw Kyle Teal DJing post Sox party at the Ramova last year. Is he just there to be on the aux, as the kids say?
Yeah, this is okay. So this is definitely
Vassal's wand will fix him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is definitely interesting. Okay, we'll see tomorrow if he joins or not. It seems weird that you would say he needs 3 to 6 weeks of like a rehab.
He can rehab with the team though. Like he doesn't have to rehab in Charlotte. And like you mentioned,
good point.
He really has had an unfortunate start to the year, right? Like everyone was high on him. We all were. He was, one of the vibes guy for Team Italy in the WBC. And then he has that injury. Maybe they are bringing him up just to be like, hey, man, you don't have to do this alone. You're still part of the team. Rehab with us. And then, hopefully in 6 weeks, maybe pre or post All-Star break, you get one of your guys back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. They're taking him to Seattle. Chickens and the mentals. That's what it is, baby.
The chickens and the mentals.
maybe they just want to really DFA Benintendi and they needed someone to take his spot.
Oh no, they're not putting him on the roster.
No, I know. No.
That would be funny though. Like, hey, we're getting rid of you, Benintendi. For what? Teal. He's not ready, but we're just getting rid of you.
Benintendi's been pretty good since the tape on the thing. He had a good weekend. So I have been very vocal about Andrew Benintendi and my hate for him. He won me over not all season, but at least this weekend. He's been better of late.
Yeah.
Serviceable.
All right, back to the farm report. So Kyle Teal, good 4 days in Charlotte. We're gonna start at Kannapolis. Billy Carlson, 6 for 19, tree 16. Tree doubles, tree RBIs, little tree action for our boy Billy Carlson. So,
all right,
let's get him up to high A. I think he could finish the rest of the season in high A. That would be nice. Going up to Yeah, promote #promote. Up to Winston-Salem, Caleb Bonnemer, 4 for 21, 190 with 1 home run, 5. I know that was I
Yeah.
forgot space. I forgot a space there.
I was like, whoa. Oh, yeah, no, that's fine.
It's been-
Hit
I mean,
190, 1
Payne is
home run, 5 RBIs, 6 walks, and 7 Ks. So I do like he's taking the walks, but again, we've been saying every week he's striking out, at a high clip.
Yeah.
So
yeah, not good.
if he keeps this up tonight,
I know. We gotta get. I said this is gonna be a long show. This might be a short show because we gotta go watch some baseball, baby.
Yeah, I know.
I
Right?
don't know. This melatonin's hitting hard.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. No, tired as hell.
Yeah, it's hitting. Eyes are
All right, we're gonna go up. We're gonna go up to Birmingham. Kobe Shelton hit 5 for 22, 227, 1 home run, 4 RBIs, 2 doubles, 7 Ks. So he newly promoted to Birmingham last week. So he'll catch up. I think he's seeing a lot more breaking balls right now, and he'll be fine. Peter, I did take Christian Opor off the farm report. He had another booty week. I said he's out for the foreseeable
Get him
future.
out.
So now we're going up to Charlotte. First off, the Golden Boy, soon to be called up, Brady Montgomery. He went 8 for 26, 308, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, 7 Ks. Not much more for him to. I mean, I know he's going to be down there for probably another couple weeks, but at this point, you're just what are we waiting for here?
Yeah.
He's got a great arm. I don't think people realize how much of a cannon of an arm he has, and that's going to be good for doing some putouts to the plate.
Okay.
Yes.
Before you get to the next one, Adam's in the comments, and this is something we talked about last week. He's saying, is it too early to question if the Sox could be buyers at the deadline? And last week we said they don't necessarily have to be buyers or sellers. They could be holders. I think this would be a good exercise for next week. We could tease it or something. Try to make some moves, or if you were willing to make some moves, because I don't know if the Sox are willing to make some moves. I know their fans want them to be aggressive, but it still might be a little early.
So here's a guy. Here's a guy.
Hey.
I can't believe I said that. That might be potential trade candidate, and that's Jacob Gonzalez. Another shorts. He's basically logjam. We got so many shortstops and second basemen. I don't think there's barring injury, there's not really going to be a spot for him. He went 9 for 20 for a 4. God damn, my typing sucked today. He hit 450 for the week, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs, 2 doubles, and that included a game where basically that came a lot in one game where he went 4 for 5, 2 doubles and a home run for it. So a lot of that came off of yesterday's game, but this is another. He's hitting really, really good for this season. I'm gonna tell you what here in a second. Here, year to date, he's hitting 306, 14 home runs, 48 RBIs. As the shortstop in Charlotte, this guy's prime trade candidate. If the Sox want to try to add some pitching help, because they do have a logjam in the infield here. Obviously with Kobe Shelton, Billy Carlson. Rock Chalowski is going to be coming, joining the team soon. Caleb Bonnemer. You got a lot of these guys. And I think this is going to be like a Miguel Vargas situation with the Dodgers where, Miguel Vargas was blocked, because the Dodgers have all studs. So that's why they got rid of him. And he's turning out to be a good piece for the Sox. This might be Jacob Gonzalez. You don't necessarily want to trade him. But when you have Colson Montgomery and these other guys, backlogged,
Bonner and everyone.
Yeah, there's really no spot for him. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets moved for some pieces at the trade deadline if he keeps this up.
And that's what good teams do, right? Or at least teams that are able to build through the draft and have these depth pieces. This is what you do. So I wouldn't be opposed to it either. If you're telling me you're able to trade for, a startering, MLB caliber starter, or some depth pieces for your main roster.
I could just because Chris gets played second base. I could just see him drafting more shortstops in second. Like, sir, we already have 15 shortstops in the backlog. More shortstops. And then finally, go ahead.
No, I'm agreeing with Adam, saying like if you're in the race for the division, a trade could be what wins it.
Yep. And then finally, Hulk Hogan 3.2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 6 Ks, 2.45 ERA. Just call up for the bullpen already. You know, he's putting up solid numbers. Sox could use a good, solid, long relief guy. You know, if Eric Fetty's doing his game, like I think he was fighting through a blister or something the other day.
Yeah.
You know, if Fetty's still having those short outings, you know, you need a guy like Hagen who can eat up, you know, 2, 3, potentially 4 innings, right? Sean Burke gets, you know, booted the other day. Like I think it's time for him to come up very, very soon in the long relief role. So, all right, that's the far. Peter, do you want to talk upcoming schedule here then?
Yeah, I think because of we kind of had blinders, and as Sox fans, because of the tailgate and everything else, we had blinders towards this weekend with the Cubs, and you know they're playing in Seattle right now, and I'm just looking at the schedule, and it's like, I know, you know, they got to keep stacking series wins, but like, I think it was actually like Taco Gladiator. Somebody was complaining about it, and then I'm looking at it, I'm like, you're not fucking kidding. They have one day off, and they're going on the West Coast, and then coming to play back a bunch of division games. This is what might make or break it right now. Like I know we're riding high with, you know, the Cubs, but 3 with Seattle, 3 with San Fran, and then we keep talking about playing well against the division and the Twins and the Detroit Tigers. Those are the series you should be winning. I feel like we're really going to know what this team is after this little road trip and those division games. Then we could really talk about buying or selling. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough with one day off. I know people, you know, complain about Sir Anthony Dominguez and a bunch of other people. We're going to see a bunch of these type of, you know, there might be a game where like we see it's a bullpen game or, you know, like I keep saying like, you know, Willie's boys don't quit, but if they're getting beat up early in a game, it might be like, you know, a sacrificial lamb type of, you know, to kind of save the bullpen or something like that. So be ready to see some weird shit.
Yeah. Sox need to make a run for it after this road trip plus against the division, because after that, the Sox have a brutal June. That could it's either going to make or break to see how put up or shut up, right? Nut up or shut up. You know, after Minnesota, you got Philly, Atlanta, LA, New York, Detroit, Cleveland. Like they're going to have a tough June. I think if Sox play 500 ball in June, I think I'll take that. Obviously, you know, we're saying that they can hang with anybody, but now we're going to see some of the real big boppers now in baseball, especially with Philly, Atlanta, LA, New York, all right in a row. So you got to win. You got to pad some of these softer games. You got to beat Minnesota, beat Detroit, keep high up in the division, and let's hope that Cleveland, you know, has a little slump too, because this June, it doesn't ease up until July. So it's time to sit back. Oh man, I forgot the huck. Sit back, relax, and strap it down.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be. Was it cinch her up and hunker down?
Yeah, cinch her up and hunker down. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Last thing for White Sox, we did the JP Graziano's Taste Real Chicago. We did the promo code and we kind of sweetened the deal. We said, you know, for every item you get, you're gonna get an entry to a nice little bourbon bottle. We got a bottle of Blanton's Go to Binny's Store Pick. I have it at my table right now, but I'm gonna do the raffle live. I got all the names loaded in here. I'm gonna click the button here.
All right, spin it and win it. Spin it and win it.
Spin it and win it.
Luck.
And the winner.
Good luck. Good luck, everybody.
Is Brewhand Luke.
Wah 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 wah. Congratulations, Brewhand.
There you go, Brewhand Luke.
Brewhand Luke.
Congrats.
Yep.
You know what? I'll text them.
Yeah.
I'll
text them. There was
no fuckery. But we want to thank everyone who ordered, who purchased,
awesome.
Got hopefully you know have all the goodies, and you know JP Graziano's, they're really good about shipping. You know, you'll have all your stuff right in time for Memorial Day weekend. So
yeah.
yeah, thanks for everyone.
Yeah. Make yourself a little Malort Jardinier. It was good.
All right, one last thing about Whiskey at Comiskey was now I'm thinking about it, and it's a short turnaround. Like we usually do the last weekend of the series, but because of the Dodgers, we're doing it on the 13th. So it's a little quicker than it usually comes. Those sandwiches are so damn good, and I'm not just saying that because they're sponsors of the show.
Yeah,
like I had them opening day, and we had them one other time. That was only the second time I had them, and then I only had one during the tailgate. I could have probably had 5 different ones. They're so damn good. So tune in. June 13th can't come soon enough.
That's right.
oh,
All right. Before we start bumming some people, let's play a quick ad for us.
ShySportsBums.BigCartel.com is the home for all Chicago sports bums merch. We have Bears, Hawks, Sox, and Bums merch available. Anything you need to get ready for a big game or a Chicago Sports Bums event. Remember, all profits go directly back into our Whiskey at Comiskey tailgates to keep the beer and food free for everyone. So head over to ShySportsBums.BigCartel.com and pick up a couple Toot Tree shirts today.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
You call me a bum? My man, I take that with pride, with honor, that I'm a bum. I'm the king of the bums, baby.
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
Bum.
All right, let's get to our listener bums and MVPs. This hang it in the fucking Louvre, man. Turkey with the tweet MVP to Love Family and Bear Mysterio for joining the Bum Tailgate crew. Bum of the week. What the fuck? Does this man have no pores? Looks like a baby with gray hairs. Am I jelly? Am I hating? Yes, I am. I think what was great about this is on the actual mobile tweet, it was so much more zoomed in.
Yeah. I don't know what she was doing zooming in on Chirizi's face. That's gonna have to be a discussion I'll be talking about later. But she's not kidding. Now, we're not accusing anybody of PEDs, if you will. But are the 108 crew doing the Snapchat filter shit to all their pictures?
Oh,
is this something? Is this are they getting their shit filtered, enhanced by AI or something?
Interesting.
I mean, if that's his skin, that's his skin. That's beautiful, baby. Like I'd be jealous too. But I was like, holy cow, this could be one of those.
I absolutely despise
filters.
my pores. I am so very big pory.
Yeah, me too. Julie says I should go. Maybe we need a bum spa day.
Maybe.
Yeah, it'd be something.
Can we expense it if we do make it content?
Well, let's see how expensive it is first, because I heard some of these spa retreats get pretty pricey.
Hey, one or two of you super chat right now because I want to get my face cleaned.
Jackie Sheeran says Sox are getting hosed in the field right now. If you can get some context for that, we'd appreciate it. I got the game on, but it looks like it's
like a bad call, or like
it
they're just getting their ass
looks
whooped.
like I don't know. Well, umps are discussing.
You know what we gotta do though, and it's one of the future Sox squares. I know somebody said that. I do want to see Will Venable get kicked out of a game. He needs to get it hasn't happened yet. There really hasn't been there hasn't been enough, fuckery.
Mm-hmm.
But when something like this happens, I wouldn't mind a little bit of a Will Venable, fire.
Yeah. Credit to me. I forgot I had the game on behind me, and this is the first I looked.
Credit to you.
Credit to me.
Credit to me for paying
attention.
For paying attention to the podcast. All right, next up, Little Yumper MVPs, White Sox, Lando Fonseca, happy birthday. Bum is work. Yep, we all hate it.
Yeah.
Next up, Arjun, Bum of the Week, PCA and Cubs fans. Ooh, he's bringing the smoke. MVPs, us and JP Grazianos. Couldn't agree more, especially JP Grazianos.
I'm not gonna lie. Post tailgate, there's a lot of circle jerking around here, so get ready for a couple of those tweets.
Yeah.
Mike, MVP, Edgar Carroll. Did you ever think you'd say that? Hey. This better be his slump buster from yesterday, because if Kyle Teal's going to be missing 3 to 6 more weeks, I can't deal with 3 to 6 more weeks of bad Edgar Carroll. So that home run better have been the Cuban coming out because it's warmer out now.
But what about the hermano, Drew Romo? He's been holding his own.
He has.
He has.
He has. Yeah. Bum of the week. Any Cub fan who said we won the World Series twice this weekend. As I said before, that was their World Series, not ours. Lucky's bag. Sports bums are the MVBs, and PCA is bum of the week. Yep. King Ass MVB making money off selling tickets and PGA champ. I don't know why. Oh, sorry, I read that. Yeah, I thought it was selling tickets off the PGA. I can't read sometimes.
He sold his Sox Cubs tickets.
Yeah, I mean it's good money.
I don't blame him. I don't blame anybody that sells those type of games.
I mean, we sold a parking pass.
Yeah, we sold a parking pass, and it was worth it. You know, my family, my uncles all have season tickets, and a lot of the times they'll sell like the Bears Packers game. Not all the time, but like they'll sell it every once in a while. You know, to recoup a little bit of the money.
He's gone.
Yeah.
You got tossed.
All right.
Right now.
Somebody
Someone text Danny Miller, get that square.
Yeah. Text Danny Miller, tell him to get that square done.
Yep. Next up. Love Family, MVB. The bums, that tailgate was incredible. Thanks, fellas. Thank you. Saturday night's home run derby, that series overall. Good Lord, go Sox. Love that. Love the big bops on over the weekend. Bum of the week, drunken decisions of his, writing Sunday novels, and not expecting people to think you're a damn weirdo. Welcome to the club.
I told Travis he got in his feels. We were there on Thursday for emo night. I was like, I think emo Travis is my favorite type of Travis.
Oh. Oxide Boys, MVP Edgar Carroll for saying the Blue fans up north home crying. Yep. And then again, Brand, the batter's box that took Kyle Teal's knee. Yeah. But let's hopefully, like I said, hopefully Edgar Carroll's got the slump busted out now.
And he's back with the team anyway. Vibes guy.
Vibes.
Yeah.
Oh,
did I add this twice? I might have added him twice.
Oaklawn Tech, Rich Bassett, MVBs, bums, us, White Sox, no notes. Thank you. Bum of the week, Mayor Johnson for him even mentioning a Cubs gift for the Pope. That's just either you're being so fucking like ignorant to the fact that he's a Sox fan, or you're just being an asshole to be an asshole. I don't know which one it is.
No, he's an asshole.
Yeah. Okay. So that's probably why he's doing it. Is like, oh, you're going to take my hat whether you like it or not because I'm giving it to you, even though I know you're from the South Side and you're a Sox fan and you wear a Sox hat all the time. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Bonus MVP Colson for the rocket 440 feet home run that crashed into the Stadium Club above 108. I wish I was there to see that. That would have been a crazy sight. All right, next up, Jeff Bartlett, MVP, Edgar Carroll. That's a lot of Edgar Carroll MVPs this week. I think that's 4 or 5 already. Bum, Sir Anthony, Tony, whatever he is now. Yeah, just Tony. You know Anthony yet. Next up, JT, MVP, Mooney Mania. Even my 4-year-old on board with her meal of breakfast corn dog sushi with chopsticks. Ooh. All right.
I'd do that.
I like that.
Yep.
I like that. I'm telling you, that's how I eat my Cheetos, my Flamin' Hots. So
those things are crazy, dude.
You know, before we get to the last one, because it's always the same person, Jay.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure. I'm like, oh, there was 2 Love Fam submissions. That's weird. It's because I shorted somebody, and I want to make sure we read it. It's the fine Southern gentleman, Colonel
Bourbon.
Joe Bourbon says, MVB, the bums, of course, great tailgate. Great tailgate. Shout out to Bear Mysterio as well. And then his bum of the week is anyone getting butthurt over the fan and PCA business. This is Chicago. Sticks and stones. Still, fuck that guy. And I can't believe I skipped the slide because I don't know if, you know, the fine Southern gentleman, I don't think I've ever heard him swear. I like that. It's almost like when Joey P swears. The fact that Joe Bourbon said, fuck that guy. So
don't forget, any $5 super chat gets Joey P to swear live on the pod.
It's true.
We got to start advertising that. By the way.
Selling sins.
Our buddy Jose, MVP, Joey and Sandy for their generous hospitality. No bottle was off limits, as it usually is when you go by his house. Bum of the week, me. I didn't lose a phone this time, but I left my iPad in a TSA bin on the way back home. Chicago 2, me 0.
Oh,
brutal. That's what happens when you drink with Joey before your flight.
Mhm.
And finally, Mailman Jack MVP Edgar Carroll for the obvious reason. That's another one.
Another.
Bum of the week, Pritzker and the mayor for whatever stupidity they both have going on towards their lack of doing anything with the Bears thing in Illinois. You know what? I have to paraphrase, but Pritzker was doing a press conference and basically said that like Johnson wants the Bears to stay in Chicago, but he gave him no plan. And I'm like, oh, that sounds about right.
Perfect. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
It's like
So-
he wants a lot of stuff, but he hasn't done anything for it.
We tried everything, or we tried nothing, and we're all out of ideas.
Uh,
You gonna say something, Dougie?
no,
Dougie,
I
you're
was
falling asleep is what's happening.
yeah, no, I was just gonna say I was so tired that I was just looking at that and I thought Mailman Jack put Praz and Mayor Johnson because like Pritzker and Praz is so close. Like, yeah, I'm tired.
All right. We'll kick off our bums and MVPs first. Dougie, before you fall asleep, why don't you go first?
All right, let's get on it. My MVP goes out to Jackie Treehorn. Jackie Treehorn. Today I got home from the lake house and randomly had a box of beer on my front porch. So yeah, so he mailed me some beers over by his parts, and yeah, we've been trading some beers back and forth. So MVP to him. Wasn't expecting it. There was a message, but I just didn't get it. So thank you to that. I can't wait to get those bad boys chilled and try them. Can't wait.
He sent you some of those bush apples everyone's talking about, or
Yes, yeah, very limited, very limited. My bum of the week goes to MLB. I'm bumming them because they took away the San Francisco joy and fun of those guys crotch knocking. Like those guys. Those guys. I mean, they're just having fun after they win a game. They're banging crotches together. They said nothing to the Cubs about it for X amount, for almost the entire season while they were doing it in the dugout. But now all of a sudden somebody else is doing it, and all of a sudden it's an issue. So I hate that shit when they don't treat everybody fairly, and especially take away the joy. This is just like the NFL saying you can't celebrate a touchdown. Like just let them do that, man. Like I don't really care if that's what they want to do. They want to swing dicks together. Let them swing dicks together. It's no skin off my back.
Yep.
We had somebody doing that in Lot B, right?
Yeah, there were
See
some
that?
fans at the tailgate doing.
I like that.
Yeah, he did throw in a koozie too, and it's I love coming.
Hey, all right.
The town.
Joey, what do you got?
Well, quickly, I'll just bum myself because my stupid self ordered those taco dinners in an exaggerated amount. But
I might, you know what we're gonna have to do? I might have to. One bum of the week, me. I didn't even think about sending you money. I probably should have sent you money for some of those tacos. Maybe we expense them because now we made them content.
Well, in any event, we'll leave that for another time. MVBs, of course, I'm going to get mushy here. Jose for coming in and visiting and spending time. The hermano Jose, Kickflip Thrips, had an awesome 24-hour vendor taking him around the ropes. He got to try Paco's Tacos, Peter.
Oh, hell yeah. Today?
Early
Sunday?
Early Saturday morning, as soon as they opened. Saturday morning.
Okay.
As soon as I picked him up.
What did you like?
Oh, yeah. He loved it.
Hell yeah.
He loved it. The rest of the crew, they came to help us out and set up, like always. The Love family, Bear Mysterio joined us this time around. I know he was excited leading up to it. And Travis too, man. Love you guys both so much, and for really helping make Whiskey and Comiskey what it is, because it just keeps getting better and better and better. So MVB, all of you who attended, all of you who let me take a selfie with you. If you want to find your selfie, find my X page, find Sandy's Instagram. She also did a pretty cool reel she showed me this morning. So yeah, just thank you for everyone who comes. And if you've never been to Whiskey Comiskey before, don't get the FOMO. Don't get the FOMO. The next one's right around the corner. So when the RSVPs open up, get your plans. Call your sons, call your daughters. And plus, I mean, Dougie, we had this time for the first time our buddies from the Tree 23 showed up. Dan, Deb, and their dog.
With the logo and everything.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, this has gone, at this point, this is multi crosstown when you're talking about sports now, Chicago sports.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the reach is stretching, and that's what's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's what I got. Thank you and love you all for coming and supporting as always. And our sponsors too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Peter, what do you got?
So yeah, I'm gonna piggyback off that because we do got to thank a couple of 2-3 sponsors. I've been drinking these. These went like hotcakes on Saturday. I want to thank everyone at the Ramova, Tyler, Emily, Tania. I mean, the whole crew has always been really, really good to us since last year and the Bears games and now providing all the beer. They gave us a good amount of beer for opening day, and then they doubled it for Sox Cubs. So it was unbelievable. So I appreciate them. I obviously everyone at Off Hours, JP Graziano's. I mean, I've talked about those sandwiches enough, but they're so goddamn good. And then I do have to shout out, Ronnie Deutsch and even Chuck Nasso. Chuck Nasso from Barstool came out and he brought a couple friends. He's like, "You guys do this every month?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "We'll be back." I was like, "Hell yeah!" But the battleship thing was awesome, and we have to thank someone in the comments, Shane Spagnola. We just bogarted your truck. You were in line. You were in line a couple cars behind us. And Dougie, you had your drill and everything out. And we're like, you know what? Let's just go use his truck. And obviously he's a good guy, so he let us use his truck. You built that ahead of time so that we didn't have to build it in the tailgate. So it takes a village, right? We always talk about everyone that helps. Even if you didn't caravan with us, there's a lot of people that show up and help, carry things and set up tables. And obviously, like Johnny went to go get the sandwiches and then wagging them. He wagging them to the tailgate. So we obviously everyone that helped out. My last MVP, obviously, it was in the comments and everything. My son turned 5. Like it's Lando's awesome. 5th birthday. It's crazy to think now that I have an 8-year-old, soon to be 9, and a 5-year-old. I feel like time's flying by, and it's like we're getting older. It's like I see them grow up. I'm like, man, where do the years go? And everyone tells you, hey, man, you got to sit back and enjoy it because it goes in a blink of an eye. And it's been going in a blink of an eye. I feel like, weeks and days and everything just smashes in together. And before you know it, we're a quarter of the way through the baseball season and stuff like that. It's like we got to slow down sometimes. But happy birthday to Landon. He is literally the best. And since my boy, we named him Landon for 2 different things. We're going to talk about the World Cup in a little bit, maybe in a couple 2-3 weeks, because I'm excited for the World Cup. There's a lot of things happening, and it's like my favorite time of year. I named them after Landon Donovan and Lando from Star Wars. Lando Calrissian, one of the only minority characters in the original Star Wars characters. Landon loves Star Wars, even at his age. All of his room is all Star Wars and stuff like that. My bum of the week is that fat ass having Mrs. Met and Mr. Met. Those bums, obviously, they ain't never took care of children, because what they did promoting this new Star Wars movie with the Mandalorian and Grogu is egregious. I would have called DCFS. I'm going to show you guys the video and then we can react to it. You can't throw a baby.
You can't do that.
You're fucking throwing a baby. What are you doing? I know he has a force. He has powers. You can't be throwing a baby.
At least they didn't. It was even funny. Like they didn't even try to football them. They
just chucked them. They chucked Baby Yoda, Grogu, if you want to be correct about it. And I saw that video. I was appalled. That cuck Mr. Met and that fat ass dumper having Mrs. Met. They're on my bad side for the foreseeable future. I'm gonna have to. You know what? We have a Mets tailgate. We're probably gonna tease something down the line. I'm
Yeah.
mad. I'm renouncing my Mets fandom right now.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have to talk to Clem. I'm gonna have to talk to Frank the Tank.
Well-
It's a bad news right now. I don't like what they did to Grogu.
You know, a lot of the times when like they do come to town, like because like Southpaw is pretty good friends with them. They sometimes there's a good amount of times where they come into town when the Mets are playing. Are
Yeah.
you saying if they come into town, they're banned from Whiskey at Comiskey? Are we banning our first people?
No, I want them
Okay.
at the tailgate.
Thought we had breaking news here.
There, you know what? And I'm doing it. I'm sacrificing my own anger
Mhm.
for the betterment of horny ass White Sox Twitter, because I know a lot of you hornball White Sox Twitters like Mrs. Met a lot. You sickos and perverts, of which there are many.
Quick chat quick super chat. What is wrong with StreamYard now? Spags always here to help if you need me. So thank you, Spags.
Thank you, Spags.
Yeah, I don't know why this stuff isn't going away. StreamYard's acting goofy now. All right, I'm gonna take us home here. First off, MVBs. It's all been said, right? Beer Mysterio, Love Family, JP Graziano's.
Mm-hmm.
I said in the earlier show, Chirizi for bringing the garbage bags over.
Yes.
Everyone who helped with our guy in Lot B, Rich, for helping us with parking. That was a big help, helping getting us all to line up. Could have done that, probably a lot of that without him and assistance. So just everyone who helps out with Whiskey at Comiskey, we appreciate you all. I got two. Yeah. Yes. The bum wife. Thank you, Joey. Because I would have got yelled at. I told would have
got yelled at.
I told my wife that I was going to MV beer this week. I took her out for a nice brunch yesterday as a thank you. I told her, but all the bum wives did so much on Saturday when we appreciate it. Go.
All right. Now you said you took her out for a nice brunch. Was this a brunch on her time, normal brunch hours, or brunch at 3:00, head bum in charge hours?
Noon.
Oh, that's
okay.
Good.
Wow.
That's
Compromise.
You know what? You know what? Chivalry.
I like it.
Good job, Jason.
Oh, hold on. I gotta redo it. I'm getting called out. Baby, thank you so much for all the hard work and dedication you did on Saturday. I appreciate you. You are my MVP for the week.
Hold on, Julie. If you're listening, I cannot express enough how much you helped on the tailgates. Julie, I love you too.
Mary,
Sandy,
I know
thank you
you're
for
not
helping.
listening.
Yeah, I know, right?
Joey, keep talking. Keep talking, Joey.
Yeah. Shot Queen Sandy helping Bear there at the bar all day yesterday. Yeah, babe, you know you'll listen when you wake up for work at 3:30 in the morning tomorrow. So you the best.
Thank you, everybody.
Cheers, press.
Yeah, good job, Jason.
Good trash talking with you this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you guys are going back and forth. I somehow caught some strays for no reason, but I enjoyed that you guys were going back and forth. We need a little bit more of that when the Sox play up north.
Yeah. Okay, two quick bums, and then we're going to wrap it up here. First is the New Orleans Saints. They did their schedule release video, and they had this lady, some meteorologist from New Orleans, talking shit about our Bears, saying that when they play it, we have limited passing conditions. And I don't like that. I don't appreciate that trash talk because we have an elite passing conditions. The storm is about to rain down on New Orleans in week 11. And you know what? I hope Ben Johnson makes Caleb throw it 57 times. They put up 5 touchdowns, 400 plus yards of passing. I want them to run up. Don't even run it. Call like 5 run plays the entire game. Just make pass after pass after pass just to stick it to the fucking Saints for being stupid. Talking shit.
That's amazing.
Yeah, fucking Saints. My final bum of the week is Hollywood. I said it before, I say it again. They've run out of ideas. The Fast and Furious movies are finally over, but guess what? We get TV series now, guys.
4 of them, baby.
They greenlit 4 Fast and Furious TV series. Hollywood just can't let a fucking franchise go. that jumped the shark years ago. It's done. I don't care what you say about any of the Fast and Furious movies. When Ludacris goes into a space in the fucking station wagon, I was fucking done. I was fucking done. That's it. I don't give a shit anymore. With all the crazy jumps, you shoot a fucking station wagon into space. I'm done. And then they also are doing a Westworld movie. The series was over after like 5 seasons. It was done. It was bad after season 2. We didn't need 3 more seasons, and we sure as hell don't need a movie for Westworld. Just Hollywood, give it up. Think original shit. Stop doing sequels, spin-offs, movies, TVs. Just do stuff new, man. I'm so sick of this shit.
Yeah, fuck Hollywood.
Fuck Hollywood.
Did you watch the Peaky Blinders movie?
I did.
Was it good?
It was all right.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it gave a good closing to the series, but it should have they could have probably wrapped it up like the previous season.
Could have been an email.
Yes. Peter, what's on the Baloney Show this week?
I've been promising because we had a bunch of different things. It's nerd news. We got a lot of nerd news to cover. It's going to be nerd heavy. Everything from Marvel, DC, Star Wars. There's a lot of things to talk about. So it's going to be nerd news heavy on the Baloney Show. I might have our guy PL Dragons. I actually got to text him.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know yet.
Yep.
And then we're also going to be doing our last wrap-up show for the Bald Stool.
Bum of the week. I forgot to put a graphic for the wrap-up show.
All good. It's last episode. So we're going to be having Nick Papa Best, one of the guys from the season. He'll be on with me. He'll be my guest on Wednesday. We're going to figure out times and everything like that. We'll go from there. And then about another week or so, we're going to be doing like a full on recap episode, and we're going to be doing White Sox Dave and Wonton Don. So be a kind of cool thing. We'll get a date out for that soon too.
Very cool. All right. Quick programming note. No show next Monday. We're gonna be back next Tuesday. We're taking off for the holiday. Bums extended weekend. So everybody, hope you have a great and safe Memorial Day weekend. Dougie, get some sleep. Thanks to everyone who liked, who commented, super chat. We appreciate you all, and we'll see you all next week. Go Sox.
Go Sox, baby.